Calgary 24. Harris pressured, takes off with it, and he's got the first down to the Calgary 19. It's a 5-yard gain for Trevor Harris, brought down by Jameer Thurman.
Welcome back to GoSycamores.com, everybody. It's not very often we get a visit by a football alumnus from time to time. Of course, the Sycamores in the midst with North Dakota State this weekend. One guy that has had his name in the record books for Indiana State from a defensive side, a linebacker, was Jameer Thurman. He's now in the CFL with the Calgary Stampeders. He's on a bye week, which has allowed him to free up to come talk to us. Jameer, it's great to see you, man. I know it's been a heck of a year for you and the Stampeders right now, 12-1 as you head into your bye week. How has the whole experience been now being a professional athlete?
It's been pretty good. When I first got there, they threw a lot at me with the playbook and adjusting to the CFL game. It's a lot of different rules from the American game that I had to learn. But during the preseason training camp, I was able to pick up on those things and work on it during practice and the games, and then I was able to earn my spot on the team. I'm still getting used to some of the rules now, but it's coming a little easier that we've been 14 games into the season already, and now I'm just enjoying the ride.
I know everyone, of course, has the ultimate goal to make the NFL, and you mentioned there's a lot of rules and differences, of course, from the NFL to the Canadian Football League. What was the hardest adjustment that you had to make? I know there's multiple adjustments, but what was the hardest adjustment you had to make?
The hardest adjustment probably was the receivers running before the snap of the ball. It's called a waggle in the CFL. Guys are running full speed right before the snap, and as a defensive player, you're already at a disadvantage because you're still just sitting there. But that's one of the hardest things that you have to get used to. Another thing that's kind of with that is the length of the field. It's 65 yards wide, so when you think some passes might be like pass might be closer to you, it's actually got another like 10 to 12 yards to travel as well. So.
How has your blue-collar work ethic and kind of what you did as a time at Indiana State and really your career path or just your path in football helped earn you this spot and really to try, not that I don't want to necessarily say you've always had to prove yourself throughout your football career, but how kind of going under the radar at Indiana State and being able, how that has really helped you to be able to get to where you're at right now?
It's been pretty good. I always want to translate my work ethic off the field, on the field, and that's what learning the playbook, all the different calls and checks that we have. There's as much studying I do with our plays, I got to do as much on the other opponents as well. And if you know what you're doing and the other guys around you, you're able to play faster, able to make the plays, and just go out there and have fun.
You know, it's not very often you've been able to watch a Sycamore football game. You've had to do that now as an alum. What do you miss most just about playing college football?
What I miss most? Wow. I miss just being around the guys here at Indiana State. You formed 4 years brotherhood with those guys, and now you're not around them anymore. It's some new guys that you have to form that same brotherhood with. Yeah, the brotherhood that I had here at Indiana State was the main thing. Singing that fight song after the games when we win was definitely one of the best feelings as well. It's just, yeah. And then the walk beforehand, seeing family and friends right before you go into battle on Saturdays, is just a wonderful feeling.
You know, we hope to see you, of course, to continue to have a great professional career and make more memories with future teammates that maybe you don't know yet. Yeah. But you described the brotherhood, and not to say that your team in Calgary is not a brotherhood, but what is it about those guys you went to school with and why playing college football is such a special thing? Because I still don't think fans to an extent understand how much time you put in and how much time you were around those guys.
Like, we're around each other all year round, even in the summer. Like, we wake up, we see each other. We go into class, throughout our class, walking to class, we see each other. We go to practice, we're together all the time. Afterwards, we might watch film together. So we're with each other through the majority of the day, and it's an all year round thing. In the spring is not as much because we focus on classes more, but then when spring ball hits, then we're back in the regular football schedule. So it's hard being a student athlete. And a lot of people don't understand the struggles and all the work that we usually have to put in. Like, it's really a job. And being here in Indiana State, like you're around those guys and you see each other, you get that chemistry and brotherhood from being around each other so much.
You were still on campus when Coach Mallory was hired, and when you were going through your pro day, I know Coach Mallory was there walking, talking to you. And the one thing I've always been impressed in talking to guys who just graduated, they mentioned how Coach Mallory has made it important to even have a relationship with you. Even though he didn't necessarily coach you, he thinks it's really important to be able to bond with someone like yourself. What, in your short time getting to know him, when you were around him in January when he first got hired, that just makes you proud to know that he's leading this program? And not just him, but I'm sure you've been able to interact with the majority of the coaches since you've come back.
Yeah, I've got a lot of good feedback from Coach Mallory, me talking to him as well as from the other guys and the rest of the coaching staff. I think what he's doing here is very good. I just talked to him when I was in the weight room earlier today, and he just came, checked on me, asked how I was doing, and we just talked about the season, how these guys they're fighting, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, and it just makes me feel good that they have someone here, a coach here that cares about them, that is always like on them about doing the right things, and just also building a relationship with the alumni that used to be here as well, the football alumni as well.
I guess the biggest thing, too, is, Jameer, can we use you this weekend against North Dakota State? Do you have any eligibility at all to be able to go out there and play? Even though, I got to tell you, Jordan Jackson, Jonas Griffith, all those guys, Cottrell Moss, they've been able to hold their own so far. But, you know, it'd be nice to see Jameer Thurman back out there.
No, I think my eligibility is up. I mean, I would love to play North Dakota State again because I didn't get a chance to get a win against them in my 4 years. But these guys are going to do good on Saturday, and I got faith in them.
Jameer, congratulations on all your success, and thanks so much for stopping by and spending a few moments with us.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Jameer Thurman. For more on Jameer, we'll keep you updated on his CFL career. You know where to stay. It's GoSycamores.com.